Okay, Devils, now is the time to make your mark sniping in the online community. Treyarch has patched the sniper rifles just in time for the escalation map pack, and they have improved dramatically. Sniping has been a significant part of the Call of Duty throughout the series' history, much like sniping has been a large part of the history of warfare. All of us have tried our hands at it at some point in Call of Duty 4, in World at War, in Modern Warfare 2, and in Black Ops. Many want to have a shot at the first blood just as soon as the game starts with one well-placed bullet from a sniper rifle, instead of using lightweight and marathon to beat out an enemy to a particular part of the map. Several of us like to operate from an enemy's flank, placing shot after well-aimed shot into their ranks as their attention is being held by your teammates elsewhere. I know for a fact this is one of my favorite tactics with a sniper rifle, because more often than not, your enemies don't notice a single red dot on the minimap, and they seem to lose track of their comrades as they are down by your accurate fire. This can allow you to build up your kill streaks and take careful aim on each target, and while they remain unaware, you can have more than enough time to wait for your moving targets to slow down or stop right before you squeeze off that next round. But I have to admit, sniping was much easier and much more enjoyable on previous Call of Duties, and it was never more fun than Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, when you can acquire your targets quickly and all the rifles were unbelievably accurate. And while quickscoping became a huge part of the online experience in Modern Warfare 2, you can still get online and play the role of a traditional sniper, one that excelled in pinpoint accuracy at any range. Fast forward to Black Ops, our current Call of Duty, and sniping has been much slower paced. And no one can blame this double here for waiting patiently near the edge of the map, overlooking a choke point as some of his teammates cover his right flank, as you can see in the minimap. After all, there must have been some issue with sniping if Treyarch felt the need to make patch after patch for it. But this is still very beneficial for both you and your teammates. This devil had a broad view of the choke point for the enemy forces that allowed him to see and engage multiple enemies, and he was also protecting his team as they focused their efforts elsewhere. Now we get to the current state of sniping, where quickscoping to an extent has returned. There still seems to be some instances of inaccurate fire, but there's also an enormous amount of improvement with the ability to acquire targets faster and to engage them accurately. But let's be honest, is this how sniping is used present day or really ever in military history? While it can be entertaining, our focus here is the practical use of sniping and how we can adapt current strategies from snipers across the world and use them in our gameplay to be competitive. For example, operating from the shadows, hidden from your enemies with a long sightline in front of you, that can be very beneficial. It can be very effective. As long as you have help on your flanks and an escape route, you can provide continuous fire downrange while the enemy tries to figure out exactly what is going on. Again, teamwork here is key. Another example of teamwork is the actual sniper team setups in place today with various services. Almost every sniper operation is done with a two-man team, usually a spotter and a shooter. However, you can team up with another devil and each take both of those roles. And while you're at it, you try to have some of the same success as some of the snipers operating in the Middle East. For example, the two-man sniper team in the Royal Marines that downed 2 targets at the same time at over 940 yards using the L96 sniper rifle that you can find in Black Ops. The enemies were carefully advancing on the units the Marines were there to support, and while they appeared in a very small window, they each fired at the same moment, and the enemies dropped. What you don't know is, or what wasn't mentioned, the wind conditions forced the shooters to aim over 50 feet to the left of their targets to compensate for the wind. And that's almost unthinkable. I can't imagine how that looked in a scope as they aimed in, and how incredibly confident they had to be to make that shot. Another example is a two-man sniper team that acted as both the spotter and the shooter for each other in Afghanistan. Good luck replicating their success, however, as they totaled over 75 kills in a little over a month's time. They were also using the L96, and they also used teamwork to cover each other as they fired on an enemy position, sometimes at distances over 1,300 yards. One of the shots included a collateral headshot on 2 enemies riding a speeding motorcycle, and that led the enemy to believe that they were being attacked by helicopters, as there were no way a sniper rifle could be capable of doing that kind of damage. They spotted targets for each other, and sometimes they would be picking off the enemy just as soon as the first shot missed, if they would miss, and at times they would cover each other as one or the other would make a move to another position. All this can be replicated on Black Ops. All you have to do is just make sure to communicate effectively with your teammates. Here is once again another perfect example of that. Communicate and support your fellow devil as he moves to cover, and as he draws the attention and the enemy fire, it can allow you just enough time to take that well-aimed shot at the enemy forces that are concentrating on him. Finally, sniping and sniper rifles can be effective and once again exciting in Black Ops. I really don't think it'll get much better in this game, and I really think you should try to give it a chance and allow you to improve your online gaming experience. You can run around and you can try your hand at quickscoping if you must, but take some time to work together with your fellow devils and attempt to reenact some history that is being made at this very moment in the Far East. Just remember, it's pinpoint accuracy that matters above all else. And extra points for headshots. I hope you devils enjoyed this. I certainly hope you have time to leave a like rating and bump the video on respawnarmy.com. The link to that is going to be at the top of the description. And once again, good hunting, devils.